Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 78 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr is going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 3rd down, Richard. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. On the ground, Richard. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Shamar Stephen there on the tackle.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
That takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. So give to Cook out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cook. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. The kick by Bryant is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
He's checking. He's checking. He's checking.
Shotgun now for Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
No. Watch the safety creep. Chance.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Check 52, come on. Record. Jam. Check 99. Check 99. 300.
Second and 5 now. Cousins, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Stephen Weatherly able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now a play fake. Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Everson Griffin picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Hey, box truck. You're not ready.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 37.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st down, Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, two. 637.
To throw again. Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
The Vikings take over
Here comes Minnesota. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now Cook. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now Cousins. This a screen to Abdullah. They juked him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Flush to his right. He completes it to Abdullah. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
You better be ready next time.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Big hit all day. Sack City. Sack City, baby.
And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. This is Richard. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 27-yard line.
Mike, you ready? Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
On 2nd down now, Richard. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Carr. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Man open left side is Brown. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. Here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook stripped. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Mike, 55.
Topper!
Throw left side on target to Thielen. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On second and 12, Cousins. It's complete. Abdullah. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's third and 3. Gets through, and now an opening. He'll have a first down inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Watch the pass.
They run. Abdullah. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Throwing. Cousins. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Cousins being chased out left. He can run for touchdown, Minnesota. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 23. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. The big man get the oxygen tank ready. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
What down? 180. Check 55 to right. White Monday down. Field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check. 93. 93. 55. Mike 5. Hey, check right. Watching your back.
On first and 10, here's Carr. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
That one covers 29 yards. First down. Carr now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Carr again here on second and 10. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Protein spill.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go.
From the gun, Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Following the interception, Cousins going deep for Diggs. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Cook. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Richard. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Hey, Charlie. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. You better be afraid of me. White. Get wide.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check. Cross.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of it. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. To throw, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Forced out to his left. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cousins now. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st, here's Washington. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, it's Carr. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meat,
that's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run on first down. Cook looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Now Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Cousins. Buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
15 yards on the play, first down. From the red zone now, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, but it's going to be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing here, Cousins. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, this from 37. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Minnesota, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to